Hi, boys and girls. Hi, families. Today is Thursday, September 24th, and we are going to be doing a read aloud of the book called The Favorite Book by Bethany Dini Marguria. After the book, we can do a little cooking activity. Okay, so let's get started with our book, The Favorite Book. How do you choose a favorite, a best? Which would you pick before all the rest? Which color would you choose and why? Look what she's doing. She's looking at the dog with a magnifying glass. Do you examine, determine, inspect, measure and weigh before you select? See, she's using a measuring tape. Or do you just know right from the start? You may be the sort who follows your heart. What gets your vote? Look at all those delicious desserts. Which is the one? She picked the hat with the flower. Maybe you'll realize your favorite is none. Or what if just one couldn't possibly do? Can you pick two or three? Well, that's up to you. Do you follow along and go with your friends? Or are you the type who starts your own trends? See, he's playing a different instrument. A favorite can be a way to connect, right? You can make friends by realizing you have something in common, that you both like the same thing. A favorite can change. How can a favorite change? If you reselect, it means you choose something different. Some favorites choose us to be in their crew. And then before long, what do you think happens? He's going to get the helmet. The favorites we pick, the choices we make, become part of us and the path that we take. And always ahead, more favorites await, wonders to find and to create. From here to the sea, to the sky up above, there are so many things in this world you can love. Okay, so we want to know, what are some of your favorite things? You can draw a picture of it. You can write the words. Up to you, but we would love to know a little bit more about you and your favorite things. After this read aloud, I'm going to cook or bake one of my favorite desserts, which are apple muffins, because we're doing fall, right? And fall starts with the letter F. And apple is a fruit, which also starts with what letter? F. F, right? So we're going to be doing some baking. We'll make some apple muffins together. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back, boys and girls, and we are ready to make some apple muffins for my favorite kind of dessert for the fall. Right, so fall starts with what letter? F. Right, and favorite starts with F. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you have to do is you have to put your oven on. So if you're with your mommy or your daddy or grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, somebody older who can help you, you preheat the oven to 375 degrees. That's a big number. Okay, next what we're going to do is we have to get our flour. So I have my flower right here. And what letter does flower start with? F, F. Good. Okay, so we need 2 cups. So I'm going to use my measuring cup here. Now it says the number 1, but we're going to count 2. So we have 1 cup. And my little leveler, make sure it's 1 cup. Okay, and we're going to put it into a bowl. And then we need 1 more cup. Another cup. Level it out. And drop it in my bowl. Now we need baking powder. Okay. And we need 1½ teaspoons. So these are little spoons. So 1 is 1, and this is 1/2. So we're going to measure that out. And we're also going to put that into the little bowl. So my 1 teaspoon. And then my 1/2. Okay. And then we need some salt. So we're going to close up the flour because we're done with the flour for now. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to use the same spoon, and I'm just going to pour my salt, and I'm going to drop it right in. And then we also need some cinnamon. And we need, let's see, let me check my recipe. 2 teaspoons. So we're going to use the teaspoon again. I'm going to shake out 2 teaspoons over the bowl. It smells so yummy. So I have 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Okay. And now we're going to put this to the side. We're going to use it later. Now, one of the most important ingredients in an apple muffin is, what do you think? Apples. So I already diced up one of my apples. That means I made it into really small pieces. Okay? I'm going to throw that, not throw it, I'm going to place it into the bowl. Okay? And then I'm going to take just a little bit of flour, a little bit, very tiny bit. See, just a little. I'm going to toss it over the apples, a little bit more maybe. And I'm also going to take some cinnamon and put it in the apples, okay? And then we can mix it up. So we're going to mix it, and this is going to stay off to the side as well. Okay, now we're going to take our butter. It should be room temperature. That means it's not too cold, but it's not melted. Okay, and we're going to put the butter into my mixer. Get a paper towel. Okay, and let me check my instructions here. And we have to put the sugar. So let's see, how much sugar do we need? We need 1 cup of sugar. I'm just going to wipe this out a little bit. And I'm going to get my sugar. And I'm going to put 1 cup of sugar in with the butter. Okay? A cup of sugar in with the butter. Okay, and we are going to put it under the mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you can use a bowl and a whisk. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm going to turn it on. It's going to make a noise. And now what's happening is the butter and the sugar are mixing together. We're going to let that go for a little bit, and then you're going to need 2 eggs. Okay? Alright, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to open it. crack the eggs one at a time. So I'm going to put one egg in first. Okay. And then I'm going to mix it. Alright, so now the egg is all mixed in there. And then I'm going to do the second egg. Okay. It's dripping a little bit, the yolk. Okay, close it. Turn the mixer on. And let's count 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And turn it off. And now we have to mix in some vanilla extract. Where did I put that? There it is. Okay, it's a liquid. It tastes like vanilla. So let's say we need 2 teaspoons of that. So remember, we're going to use our teaspoon, right? But it says 1, so we need to count 2 teaspoons. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Okay, so there's our vanilla. And we're going to mix it just a little bit. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Now we take our, remember when we put our flour and our cinnamon and our baking powder? So we're gonna put a little bit of that into the mixture. Okay, I'm gonna shake it in a little bit. Okay, and mix that. And while that's happening, I'm gonna get my milk ready, which is 1½ cups. So I'm gonna measure up to here where it says 1. Okay, so that's going to be 1 cup. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour that right into the mixer. So now it's mixing up all the flour and the milk. Okay, and now I'm going to put in the rest of the flour. Sometimes we make a little bit of a mess when we're baking or cooking, right? And then we're going to do another ½ of a cup of milk. And we're going to pour that in. And we are all done with our milk. So I'm going to put the cap back on. Put it over to the side. And what do you think is happening when you mix all of the ingredients? Right? First it was a powder. And now we're going to look at it. It's a little bit gooey. I don't know if you can see from there. See how it drips? It's a little gooey. So not quite a liquid, not quite a solid. Now we have to add our apples. So we're gonna put our apples in, just like that. Scoop them all out, make sure all those apples get in there. Okay. We're gonna close it, and then what do you think we're gonna do again? We're gonna mix it all together. There it goes, it's mixing. Okay. And then, once it's all mixed, we can get all this off of here. Okay. I'm gonna take the bowl out of the mixer. And we're going to start scooping it into our muffin tin. Okay? And then once all of the batter, this is called a batter, is in the muffin tin. Anybody hear the letter F in muffin? We're going to put a little bit into each, and then we're going to put it in the oven. Okay? So I will show you guys, as soon as they're done cooking, what the muffins look like. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll get back to you. In the meantime, you can draw a picture of your favorite fall activity or your favorite food to eat in the fall or your favorite fruit, or you can even do a little cooking video and send it to your teachers. Maybe we can make a little recipe book together of all of the recipes that you guys come up with. Okay? Happy baking or cooking.